How's it going, my fellow collectors? I am back again with another Hot Toys video review. This time we're taking a look at the MMS 774 2.0 T-1000 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And we're going to jump right into the review. I have already talked about this movie before on my reviews of the 1.0 T-1000 and the 1.0 T-800. So I think I've talked about it enough. Just know that I did give the score of source information a 10 out of 10. So, yeah. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. So, to talk you guys through this pose, y'all recognize it, is when he's torturing Sarah Connor. And I love that you could do this look now. When he's about to spike her right through the eyeball. Because with the 1.0 you couldn't do this look. I mean, you could, but not exactly right. So that's awesome. Alright, so that does it for source information. Now we're going to move on to the next category. Alright, so we've made it to the category of packaging. And it's an alright box. I much rather prefer the 1.0 box over this one. If you guys have seen my review on the 1.0 figure, it's got an all metallic design to the box. All metallic color. This is okay. But we'll run it down. Front and center, you got an image of the figure with the finger wagging pose. I guess this is supposed to represent the vision of the T-800, since it's all red, and that's how he can see the world. So yeah, you got like those digital lines in the background there. And you got the T2 logo, Terminator 2 Judgment Day T-1000 2.0, MMS 774 1/6 scale collectible figure. Right below that is the Hot Toys logo and the movie Masterpiece logo. On the side, you get a glossy targeting reticle of the T-800 with more digital lines in the background with a red and black color. Again, you get the T2 logo, and the same thing on the bottom as what it says in the front, the T-1000. And then on the top, same thing. And then on the bottom, same thing, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. On the other side, same thing. And then on the back, it says produced by Hot Toys Limited. You get the Hot Toys logo again. And then you get all the stores that sell Hot Toys products. You get the warnings and stuff that nobody really reads. And on the very bottom, you get the barcode. So once we remove the slipcover, you get a blister showing the figure and all of its accessories. But as you can see, I already took the figure out. And same, graphics on both sides of the box. And then that side too. On the back, you get more cool images of the figure. Again, the targeting reticle of the T-800, and it's all, again, in this red color, simulating the vision of the T-800. You get the T2 logo again on the top left. And then I guess these are supposed to be like graphic words and images of the T-800 vision, with it saying 100% step up. Or it probably means like it's a step up from the 1.0. Again, Hot Toys logo and T-1000 graphics, just like on the sleeve. And more digital lines running alongside the side and the top. So yeah, like I said, it's an alright box, nothing mind-blowing. And just like I said before as well, I much prefer the 1.0 box over this one, because the 1.0 box reminded me a lot of the DVD cover. I don't know if it was a Blu-ray or a special Ultimate Edition or something that came with like a metallic case, and it reminded me a lot of that. But with this, I'm not really getting any nostalgic feelings out of it, so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Alright, so that does it for packaging. Now we're gonna move on to the next category. Alright, so now we've made it to the category of likeness. And I gotta say, guys, this likeness is definitely next level. But that being said, it's not 100% accurate. Because from certain angles, yeah, you do see Robert Patrick, but other angles you don't. So, like, I think from straight on, I don't think it looks like him. I mean, 100%, you know. It looks a little like him, but not 100%. But I think from the side profiles, it does definitely look like him. So, yeah. And then, especially with the separate eyeball rolling system, it brings a whole new level to the expressions on his face. Yeah, definitely awesome. But yeah, there is room for improvement on it. I heard people saying that you can, or he does, like, you can see the jaw, because in the movie he tended to clench his jaw a lot, so you can kind of see that it looks like he's doing that. So that's cool. But yeah, definitely a whole new level to it. And then not only that, but you also get a spare head sculpt. And they do include the donut head. And a lot of people are telling me that the jaw is too narrow, too extended down. But that's exactly how it looked like in the movie. Like, right after she blasted his face. It wasn't his actual face, like, they used an animatronic, and this is what the animatronic looked like. So you can't blame Hot Toys for that. That's exactly how it looked. And a lot of people are saying that they don't like the chrome through the shotgun blast, but I mean, you know, the color. But that's also how it looked like. it wasn't highly reflective. It was like silver color, like you see here. So yeah, as for the likeness, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So it came close. It's probably like 80% accurate, 80 to 85, somewhere around there. So, but yeah, you know, they definitely could have done better. But it's definitely a step up from the 1.0. The 1.0 was in desperate need of an upgrade. So I'm glad that Hot Toys stepped up to the plate and gave us what the fans wanted. All right. So that does it for the likeness. Now we're going to move on to the next category. Oh, before we move on to the next category, yeah. So there's a lot of collectors out there complaining that the base doesn't match these boots where he's camouflaging into the ground. Simple fix is that you can get the DX. What is this? I think this is the DX02 Joker stand, and put him on it. As you can see, like it matches pretty well. So yeah, I believe the DX11 also has a similar base to this, the Joker, but that one's more rusted on the ground. So yeah, I was wondering how this would match, and I'm glad to see that it matches really, really well. So I am kind of tempted to leave him in this pose, but for the sake of the review, we'll keep going with the poses. All right, so we shall be back. All right, so we've made it to the category of outfit. But before I talk about the outfit, guys, I'm going to show you guys this pose real quick. I am really digging it. Oh, man. This, obviously, you guys know where this comes from. When he empties the clip in the hallway of the Galleria, and he's about ready to reload with the second clip, or magazine, excuse me. So you see the spent magazine right there on the floor. Yeah, I am really digging that pose, guys. So yeah, the outfit. Very different from the 1.0 version. So the belt feels like real leather this time around, as opposed to the other one where I think it was like a mix between plastic and pleather, I believe. Not sure. But yeah, anyway, he gets 2 pairs of pants. These are the regular police pants, and the other ones are biker cop pants with the stripes on the side, the white stripes. Yeah, they both work the same way. They have this Velcro strap that's in the back this time, which I think is an odd choice. I guess it's just to hide the ugly seam. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that or not. Anyway, try to straighten his pants out here. Yeah, It's not an easy thing to swap out these outfits. It's pretty challenging, to tell you the truth. They did make a few things easier, like they put a strap that goes in between his crotch for his shirt, so you don't have to tuck it in. Um, but yeah, that, I don't know. It doesn't. I think the pants present more problems than they solve. At least in this kind of way that they did it. Uh, but anyway, the belt is also different, like I said, and not just the material, but the way you put it on. Um, that was very challenging as well. Uh, yeah, and a lot of people complained about the stitching on the shirt, but I don't really see, like, they're saying that it's in two contrasts to the shirt itself. I mean, maybe just a tiny bit, but it's not a big a deal as everybody's been making it out to be. I guess, yeah, it's just a tiny bit. I guess it just all depends on the lighting. And another thing is swapping out the heads, guys. It's a real pain in the butt too. Mainly because of the white shirt underneath. That's one thing that people complain about too. The white shirt, that it rides up too high. But as you can see on mine, I got it just the right height. So you just have to futz with it a lot to get it in the right look. But yeah, like I said, guys, it's a real pain in the butt to mess around with and all that. And then people have been complaining also about the gap between the neck and the shoulder. It causes the shirt to kind of dip right in between the neck and the shoulder. But what I did was I put some cotton right under his shirt right here, because that's where the shirt was going into his body, basically. So yeah, I put some cotton right there so I could fill that out, so that won't be happening. Because I noticed that on a lot of people's reviews that would happen. The shirt would be going into his body, and people would keep trying to pull the collar out, but it wouldn't fix it. So that was my solution to that problem. But yeah, other than that, it still comes with his socks, as you guys could see. Let me just pull up his pants here. So yeah, there you go, his black socks. So that's cool that they kept that look. I don't know, I guess these shoes are okay. They're a lot more glossier than the 1.0s. Yeah, and then you got his pen here in his pocket. It used to be on the 1.0 where you just stab it into the shirt, but they went with how a actual cop uniform works this time, where you just tuck it into the pocket. You don't have to actually poke a hole into the shirt, which is good. And then the badge here, they changed that up. They see where the numbers and words are? Those used to be green, which is movie accurate, and they didn't do that this time. So yeah, there's that. And as we spin him around, he still comes with all of his usual stuff. So he comes with a pair of handcuffs, which I believe are plastic, just the same as the 1.0s. And except for the chain, I think that might be metal. I'm not sure though. And he also comes with his walkie-talkie or radio. And he also comes with the flashlight. And this time the flashlight was pre-installed onto the utility belt. Whereas on the 1.0, you had to install that yourself. And the pouch for the magazines for his gun. It didn't come with spare magazines this time. The pouches were empty. So that's kind of lame. These pouches that you see here are from the 1.0. Or the magazines, I mean. And the gun holster. It's exactly the same as the 1.0. So, yeah. So, yeah, he comes with all that. And now I'm going to show you guys his second outfit. So he comes with the biker cop helmet, and it's pretty much the same as the 1.0. It's got the shield front and center on his forehead, and the same strap that goes around his chin, and it works the exact same way too. You split it where the black meets the white to put it on the head sculpt. And he also comes with a pair of aviator sunglasses. And I am really disappointed with how Hot Toys decided to make these. Instead of making them like a chrome color, very highly reflective, which is how they looked in the movie, they spray painted it like this silver color. So yeah, that sucks. I won't be using those. I'm gonna keep them in the box. So if I ever do put them in the, I mean, I'm gonna let you guys look at what he looks like with the biker cop outfit with these sunglasses. But after the review's done, they're going back in the box. So yeah. And then he comes with a pair of motorcycle boots. And this time they're a lot more glossier and shinier than the 1.0 ones were. At first I didn't like that, but I'm kind of growing to liking it a little more. Yeah, so. And then obviously he comes with the boots that are malfunctioning. So he's got those when he's glitching. He comes with his motorcycle jacket, which is a lot more better tailored this time around with the patches that he has on his shoulders. So yeah, Los Angeles Police. He's got the shield on his chest, and it's the same one that he has on his shirt. It's still missing that green paint that goes on the numbers and letters. And then also they didn't put the buttons on the pockets. Yeah, the 1.0 had those, but this one doesn't. And yeah, I think that's about it for the outfit. So we're not really missing a beat with that. It's just a pain in the butt that the swapping the outfits out. I think on the 1.0 is a lot easier than this time around. So yeah. And then there's, the buttons that are missing on the motorcycle jacket. So because of all that, I think I'm gonna bring it down a point. And then the shades too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for the outfit. All right, so that does it for the outfit. We're gonna move on to the next category. All right, so we've made it to the category of articulation. And it is different than the 1.0, the articulation, but I'll run through it. Same as usual, top to bottom. So it's one solid sculpt from the base of the neck to the top of the head. Connects ball and socket joint. So he's got a full 360 degrees all the way around rotation. Could lean from side to side real good, look up real good too, and look down real good too. Decent butterfly joints. He can rotate at the shoulder a full 360 degrees all the way around, though you do have to mind the clothes that he's wearing. Make sure you don't rip those. He does have bicep swivel, so that's good. And he's got double bend elbows, somewhat of a shoulder shrug. And then when we go down to the wrists, typical Hot Toys wrist pegs. And they're the big kind this time, whereas with the 1.0, they were the thin kind. And then when we go to the abs or the torso, he's virtually got like no articulation at the abs, like no ab crunch. I don't know why that is. And he's got very little waist swivel too. Maybe it's just that my joints are stiff or something, but that's what I tried, and it wasn't going anywhere. And then going further down from the hip to crotch area, as you can see, he can kick up a full 90 degrees. You see him sitting here on the bike, so he can do that. Thigh swivel, he can do the splits, although the pants restrict that. And he can't kick backward that far. And he's got double bend knees. And when we go down to the ankles, depending on what he's wearing, the boots, for example, right now that he's got on, he doesn't really have any articulation with those. You can spin his feet a full 360 degrees, but other than that, it's pretty static. But if he's wearing the dress shoes, he's got very good articulation when he's wearing those. You could rock his feet from side to side, and you can bend them upward and downward really good as well. So yeah. I think that's about it. I do have to say that the 1.0 has way better articulation than this body. Yeah. So I think I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. So, yeah. I hope you guys like this pose. It's not something that I plan on keeping them in. I am going to keep the 1.0 version on this bike. And I'll probably just have this 2.0 in the regular cop outfit or the foundry outfit, one of those. But I just wanted to show you guys what he looks like on the bike, and it is possible to put him on the bike. And those are the glasses I was telling you guys about that I'm not very fond of. The 1.0's sunglasses were way better. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys the comparison right now. So, see how reflective these glasses are compared to these? That's how they should have been for this 2.0. I do have to admit that I do like the collar on the 2.0 better than the 1.0. The 1.0 is a little too big, if you ask me. But yeah. Alright guys, so that takes care of this category. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Alright, so we've made it to the category of accessories. And we got a whole boatload of accessories, guys. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. That's going to take me all day. So we'll just go with the new stuff that came with this figure. Such as the camouflage boots. So this is something that they didn't do with the 1.0, and I am very glad that they did it this time. Only problem is they did not give us a floor to match these boots. Luckily for me, I'm going to be using the DX Joker stand. So that's a perfect base for those boots. We'll take a look at the pants. These are a slightly different color to the 1.0s. The biker striped pants. So yeah, got that. I think the belt might be real leather. I don't know. We got 11 hands in total, not counting the bladed weapons or stabbing weapons. So yeah, a lot of people complain that these hands are too oversized for the body, but I don't think that's true. I think they look pretty good. Not to mention that there's very good paint detail on all of those hands. So yeah, you see the cuticles on the fingernails and everything. Then we get a spare pair of wrist pegs, just in case you break the ones that are already on. These ones here that are not in a plastic bag are the normal ones. You have to take those off in order to put the knives or stabbing weapons onto his arms. Then you get a spare pair. No, I don't know how many buttons there are in there, but they're spare buttons. I believe they're for his utility belt, just in case those buttons fall off of that. You get the MP5 submachine gun. I don't see any real difference between this one and the 1.0. I think that was a missed opportunity for Hot Toys to upgrade. Give it a better paint job or something, you know, but it's the exact same submachine gun. And I believe the Beretta as well. I think it's slightly more gunmetallic this time around than the 1.0, but that's about it. Other than that, it's pretty much the same pistol. And then we already talked about the donut head. So yeah, and we also have the same bullet effects that the 1.0 came with. Nothing new about that. Same bladed arm and same bladed hooks that the 1.0 came with. But what is new is this base that you see right behind him. So it's supposed to simulate the foundry where the final act of the movie took place, which is really cool. And it lights up. It's USB powered, so it's awesome that Hot Toys decided to give us a diorama base like this. One thing that bugged me is I don't know why they didn't do something like this for The Dark Knight Rises Bane and Catwoman. You see how the T-1000's base is slightly different to the Battle Damage DX, I believe it's 47 T-800. They got the same grate that you see on the bottom where the lava is supposed to be, but the railings and I believe the T-800 has a wall, and there's like a little control switch also. So yeah, it's different. I think they should have done that with the diorama bases we got with Bane and Catwoman. I don't know why Hot Toys didn't capitalize on that. They just gave us the exact same base. The only difference is between those two, Bane is missing the chains that Catwoman came with. So, missed opportunity there. But yeah, that's about it. Of course, it comes with an instruction manual. But, oh, and also the handcuffs and the flashlight and the radio. But those are already on the utility belt, so. And also, you get the tool for the SIRS system, the separate eyeball rolling system. I gotta tell you guys, it's a real pain in the butt to reposition the eyes because it's really recessed and deep in the back of his skull. So it's not very fun to do that. But anyway, yeah, that does it for the accessories. So there are some things we could have gotten, like the zipper head that the 1.0 came with. That would have been nice. Maybe the an extra hand where it's the same color as the railing here. That way he can hold on to it, and we can recreate that point in the movie where he's glitching and he's mimicking the pattern of that railing. That would have been nice. So even though it comes with a lot of accessories, I'll still give it a 10, even though it's missing some stuff. That too, we could have got the extra floorboard so we can use this, basically, these boots. It would have been something simple. You could have just put like a cardboard in the same shape as that grate. And, you just put it over the base, and voila. Kind of similar to the one that Interbay did, the 1/4 scale T-1000 that they made. That one came with cardboard steel grate. So, yeah, they could have done that. But like I said, even though it's missing all that, we still got a lot of stuff. So that's why it gets a 10 out of 10. All right, so that does it for this category. We're going to add up the scores and wrap up this review. All right, so for the overall score, this figure gets a 50 out of 60. So yeah, pretty good. I am glad that I got this figure even though I have the 1.0, because like I was saying, the head sculpts were pretty outdated. But yeah, I'm gonna keep both of them and just have one in one outfit and the other in the other. So yeah. But that about wraps up this review, guys. I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you like this review, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. And until next time, guys, I shall catch you all later on the tube. All right. Bye, guys.